From BigHWW.com, world headquarters at Bishop Park, this is the Atari Report, 5200 edition with Ray Jackson. Good evening, everybody. On this episode of the Atari Report, I introduce to you a new school twist of an old 1981 Howard Scott Warshaw classic. Ladies and gentlemen, Yar Strike for the Atari 5200 Super System. Alright, you're kind of wondering where Yar's Strike comes in with Yar's Revenge. The 1981 Howard Scott Warshaw Classic from back for the Atari 2600 video computer system. Well, basically, this is Yar's Revenge. It's just a different variation of Yar's Revenge, first created in 2009 by AtariAge user Thelen for a mini-comp contest that limited entrance to 4K or less, and I thought he did an admirable job with it. Of course, in 2016, I wrote a related thread on the AtariAge forums calling for a 5200 version of Yar's Revenge, knowing that the 2600 players have been spoiled with this great game, and it was about time we 5200 players get a version of our own too. And then later on, in 2019, I discovered this 8-bit version of Yar's Revenge called Yar Strike, as done by AtariAge user Thelen, and asked for it to be converted. I mean, when I saw the video, I was quite stoked. And then, several months ago, AtariAge user playsoft, who's known for his 5200 conversions of Atari 8-bit computer games, did the wonders for me and came up with this masterpiece right here. Isn't she beautiful? Now, of course, most of us would wonder if seeing the shield be red and things like that, but the rainbow color doesn't bother me at all. Hey, any way to get Yar's Revenge for the 5200 is great for us. As you can see here, the coat tile, moving up and down like a raging madman, keeps moving around in a steady shield. The shield is much bigger on Yar Strike than it is on the 5200, and he's more aggressive on the 5200 version than he was on the 2600, and will turn into that dangerous squirrel that'll be coming after Yar, who's attacking the shield either by eating away at it or by perhaps shooting away at it while avoiding that evil drone that hovers around and hones in on him. And yes, you've got your ion zone to protect you as well, as you can hear the noise on the ion zone. But the idea is to destroy the coat towel to move on to the next level. There are 8 levels in all, and the Zorlon Cannon, ooh, it just missed right there. The Zorlon Cannon, to activate it, all you have to do is eat a piece of the wall on the shield or touch the coat towel itself. And just because you touch the coat towel doesn't make it any easier at all. Right there, you can see activate the Zorlon Cannon. Try to line them up. It's tougher to line up the Zorlon Cannon with the moving coat towel because the coat towel is constantly moving. That's what makes Yar Strike more challenging than Yar's Revenge. Yar's Revenge is a cakewalk compared to this game. This game, I should say, is a very good game, and there you go. That's what happens when you destroy the coat towel. You move on to the next round. As you can see by this next round here, that this, just like the 2600 version, this shield rotates, and it progressively rotates. You eat away at it, obviously, and of course you can shoot it down, but yes, this is what makes Yar Strike tougher than Yar's Revenge. Howard Scott Warshaw would be very proud of both Thelen and playsoft for putting out an admirable game for the 5200 and for the Atari 8-bit. Indeed, Yar Strike is a winner with me, and I think all of you would love it. You know, you 5200 owners, Atari 8-bit owners, I have the links on the AtariAge.com forums if you click on the link on this video. And if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. I'm new to this thing, but I've been playing games an awful lot. Here you go. Isn't that tough, ladies and gentlemen? And it's a much tougher version of Yar's Revenge than the original Yar's Revenge was for the 2600. Even the most die-hard 2600 Yar's Revenge players, and even those who are great enough to score millions of points on them, will have a tougher time here on Yar's Strike than they ever did on Yar's Revenge. It is tough. Anyhow, if you want to download the 8-bit version or the 5200 version of Yar's Strike, I have the link set up below on AtariAge.com. You click the link below, and you'll be able to download them and try them out for yourself, just like I did in this particular episode. Well, that's game over for this edition of the Atari Report. So for all of us here at BigHWW.com World Headquarters, I'm Ray Jackson, wishing you good gaming and good night.